What's good, people? It's your man Wayne Train back with another joint. Now, about a month ago, I made the switch from the Z Fold 2 to the Pixel 5. Now, in that time, I've been using it as my daily driver, and I want to give you guys my thoughts and opinions on this device after about a month of use. So it's time for a review. So let's go ahead and get it. Kicking it off, getting right into the video, let's talk about the design of the Pixel 5. Now, it features an aluminum body, which is a first for me in like a long time. Now, the aluminum body was also like one of the #1 reasons why I even wanted to get this device in the first place. It was a nice change of pace when compared to, the plethora of, devices that we've gotten over the years. Nothing but glass, very susceptible to cracking and scratching. And, this right here is really nice. It's really durable. It does have, some plasticky kind of feel, but, I know it's not plastic. I know it's really durable. It features a bio resin that also has a cutout on the inside, which is going to allow you to have, guess what, wireless charging. Keeping it also on the body of the phone, we got the fingerprint scanner in the back, which is really reminiscent of older devices, older Pixel devices. The fingerprint scanner works really well. It's nice, it's fast, it's pretty snappy for the most part. It isn't, obviously it's not the fastest in the world, but it gets the job done. One of the downsides though is that this is the only, form of biometrics that you're going to be able to have, because there is no face unlock on the Pixel 5. So be mindful of that if you are on the market for a Pixel 5. On the back, we also feature two dual camera setup rather, ultra wide and standard wide angle lens. Front, we also got a hole punch camera. You can barely see it because of the black bar I got right there, but if you go in here to like a white or gray background, you can see it. Now, for me, that hole punch doesn't really bother me either, but I don't really use the front camera on the Pixel 5. It's not the greatest, but we'll get into the cameras a little bit later. So one of the perks of having a Pixel device is the software. With that, you're gonna always be on the bleeding edge, cutting edge, first to the party when it comes to getting the major Android updates. Like this one we're on now, we're on 12. I actually don't have it on here, but it is available for those who have a Pixel for developer preview. So go ahead and check that out if you're interested. As far as the software itself, Android running on the Pixel, super smooth, super silky smooth. No lag really at all. You can open up your apps nice and smooth. You're not really going to run into any of those kinds of issues, even though it does feature a 700 series processor, which, a lot of people are kind of writing off, saying things like, oh, I need, the top of the line this, top of the line that. And honestly, if you're using a Pixel device, it really doesn't call for that. Most people, in my opinion, who are using a Pixel probably aren't the heaviest of users. In terms of, using her device for every single thing. And most, a lot of people aren't in general, but the 765 can definitely get it done, and it's getting it done here on the Pixel 5. Like I said, everything is smooth. Apps open up nice. You can play games. You can do some of these more graphically intensive tasks if you so wish. You can have as many apps on the phone as you want. Now, it doesn't feature, a expandable memory or anything like that. So you are stuck with your standard 128. I believe that's the max. Now, speaking of my usage, and like I was talking with the 700 series processor, one of the good things about having a 765 processor is the battery life. Now, what I've experienced is only about, on average, somewhere around 3.5, 4 hour screen on time. Now, you might be thinking that's pretty trash, especially when compared to something like a Note or something like that. People are reporting things like 10-hour screen on time and all this kinds of stuff. And the thing is, you know, that all depends on the user. For me, my usage is not predicated on high screen on time numbers. That's why that number is always pretty, it's hard, you can't really just go off of that number. Now, obviously, you can get if you get that number, typically means you got pretty good battery. If you wanted to do other tasks, you know, obviously that would diminish, that screen on time number would diminish depending on, you know, what your usage is. For me, my usage is coming from things like music, messaging, social media apps, watching a little bit of YouTube, obviously, because the screen on time is there. But I'm not really just living on my phone. I'm not playing a lot of games. Now, you know, like I said, for me, music is the number one probably. Bluetooth is always active. Things are running in the background. So it all depends on the user. For me, I think 3.5 hours screen on time is great, especially when I'm coming home after a work day with about 50% battery life. I still got the rest of the day. Sometimes I have actually went into the next day without even charging my phone, and you know, somewhere around the middle of the day I might just go ahead and pop it on the charger. So that's what I've been experiencing with with battery life on the Pixel 5. Now, it wouldn't be a Pixel review if we don't talk just a little bit about the cameras. Now, obviously, I'm not really going to spend too much time on still photos. I got some samples here if you want to check them out. Now, the Pixel 5, you know, it is going to do the job when it comes to still photos. We already know that. But what we don't know is about that video quality. And actually, I want to show you guys. So this is being recorded on the Pixel 5, the rear camera. Now, I'm, I guess, kind of low light. I got one key light that's pointing on me. Now, I'm in the normal standard mode, shooting mode, standard stabilization. Kind of moving a little bit, but you do actually have 4 modes to choose from. You have the standard mode, you got a lock mode, you also got an active mode for better stabilization when you're moving, as well as the cinematic pan for, you know, those smooth panning motions. Or something like this would be better for this. But yeah, that's the Pixel 5 camera, camcorder, recorder. So there you go. That's the Pixel 5 when it comes to the cameras. Now let's go ahead and talk a little bit about what value does this Pixel 5 have. Coming in at $700 US, $699 or whatever. I think it is priced just a little bit high, a little bit aggressive. I would have liked to see it around the $600 range. You know, typically, you know, Google does, you know, have deals. They end up dropping the price a little bit, so you know that will happen. But I'm talking about at launch. I would have liked to see it at $600. Yeah, you know, that's kind of getting closer to the, you know, the 4A line, but the 4A line also features 700 series processors as well. So, you know, you got to think about that. Should it really be priced this much more than the 4A line when, you know, the Pixel 4A is known to be a really good performer, and it's actually been, you know, in my opinion, has actually been suggested amongst, you know, a lot of reviewers more than the Pixel 5. And if I had the device, I probably would do the same thing, especially given that price. Now, so that phone offers great value. Now, when it comes to the Pixel 5, what kind of value does it offer? I still think it offers pretty good value as well, but just not as much as the Pixel 4A, because you're talking about a $400, or not 400, but about $300 price difference or something like that. So, you know, that's pretty substantial for the most part. And I just think that, you know, just a little bit too aggressive. It does everything, it has like all the flagship specs. Got your OLED display, got your 90 hertz display, you got all that stuff going for the Pixel 5. But at the end of the day, usage matters. And to me, I'm not really sure if it's worth the $700. But you know, all in all, still sub 1,000, still really good. Damn. Let me go grab a light. So as I close this out, would I suggest the Pixel 5? Most definitely. I mean, even at the $700 price range, I don't think it's like outrageous. I do think it's still a pretty good phone, and it does offer really good value. So just not as much as, you know, its little brother than the 4A, and There's not too many phones on the market that I would suggest over it, you know, given the price, performance, all that taken into consideration. I just think you got a really good device in the Pixel 5. So that about does it for my review though. If any of that interests, if anything in this video interests you or intrigued you in any kind of way, please consider subscribing to your boy. Hit the like if you liked it. Obviously, if you want to dislike it, I'm not really opposed to that either, but I would steer you to like it if you do. But anyway, man, that's about all I got. It's your man Wayne Train. I'm out. There she go. There she go. I missed my Z Fold. Listen, I apologize. I apologize. You know, I had to give you a break. I had to go, you know, handle some business. You know, the Pixel was calling me. You know, she really wanted to talk, so I just had to give her that time. But listen, you my number one. You my number one. Remember that. Listen, Pixel, no, she gonna be around, you know. But I mean, for you just gotta know that it's all about me and you. You know, we gotta build our relationship. You know, we gotta. You know, it's about me and you. And I love you, girl. I love you.